And the art classes, there was like 40 people in the art class last night. Yeah. So that's been pretty awesome. And I want to keep that up. All right, guys, I think it's just going to be us. So let's get started. So sit to the back of your mat, like here, and just like, gently crossing the legs, close up through the eyes. You can do Jin Mudra with your fingers, making that circular connection, pointer and thumb, and just resting your hands on your thighs, and just starting to notice here, and sit in the stillness, so grounding the sit bones, crown of your head. So from that energy of grounding the sit bones, crown of your head is coming up towards the ceiling. Shoulders, bring them up towards your ears on an inhale, and then back and down your spine on an exhale. So doing that again, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, and then dropping them back and down the spine. And maybe just rolling through that as you start to connect through your breath. And then maybe you settle in with your shoulders down your spine. Starting to get grounded right here, right now. So today's reading, Journey to the Heart by Melody Beattie, release old emotions. Our emotions and experiences sometimes lead us out of the present moment. Something happens. Someone says something, we hear something, and a feeling pops up. Often underneath it is an old feeling, a feeling from the past, an old chunk of energy that's hidden in our soul and stored in our body. We aren't off track when this happens. We're right where we need to be, off center and out of the present moment. We can use moments like these to heal ourselves. Let yourself feel the feeling. Let yourself release the energy. Talk it out, jog it out. Do what your heart leads you to do to release that bubble of emotion from your soul. Take as much time as you need. An hour, a day, a month. When it's gone, you'll find a surprise. You've advanced on your path and learned something new. And notice that as things come up for you in this practice, right here and now. Maybe a pose will create a trigger, a cue from me could create a trigger, and just let it happen. Acknowledge it and move through it. Experience it. Find a way to let it go. So from that space, start to open up through your eyes. Bring your hands to heart center. And just start to feel that vibration of your breath, your heartbeat. Find a spot in front of you. Soften through your eyes and anchor your gaze. Taking some time to notice right here. Maybe the stillness is tough. Taking some time to notice that. Knowing that the feeling will be fleeting. And then from here, take your head, your chin, and drop your chin forward. So the crown of your head is coming forward and you're stretching through the neck and through the backside body here. Breathing through that sensation. Maybe taking deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And now roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feeling the stretch through the left side of the neck. Exhale, chin comes to chest. And on your next breath, left ear to left shoulder. Taking a moment, feeling this stretch. Exhale, chin to chest. And then back to the right side. So feeling that stretch through the left side of your neck. Exhale, chin to chest. Next breath, left ear, left shoulder. Chin back to chest. And then lift the crown of your head back up. And then from here, start to bring your shoulder blades down. So notice where they are, bring them down and back on your spine. On an inhale, reach both hands overhead. And again, feeling those shoulders down your spine. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. And then your exhale brings them down and back your spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more just like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down and back your spine. Exhale your hands back to your knees. And then right hand on your left knee, left hand reaches behind you, and take a gentle twist here. So drawing in through your core. Take a big inhale here, making space in your body. Exhale, deepen into the twist. Inhale. Exhale, deepen into the twist. One more, just like that. Big inhale. Exhale, deepen into the twist. And coming back to center. Big breath in. Big breath out. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand behind you. And twist. So maybe gazing behind your shoulder, making sure that shoulder is dropped away from your ear. And big inhale, making space. Exhale, deepen into that twist. Inhale, make some space. Exhale, deepening into your twist. And then coming back to center. Now take your arms out wide and just start to move and twist side to side. So you're just like warming up your body and just kind of letting your hands go a little bit loose here. And one of the things I've been working on in my practice is grace. So some graceful arm movements. You can actually start to bend your elbows a little bit. Just feeling that movement. Hands back to your knees. Inhale, lift your right arm overhead. Exhale, drop it back down. Inhale your left hand overhead, feel the stretch. Exhale, dropping it back down. So from here, come onto your knees. Knees fall out wide to each side of your mat. Hips descend to your heels. Reach forward and take a child's pose. And take some time to experience this child's pose. So you can reach your hands forward if that fits what you're looking for, or you can reach back and grab your heels, forehead meeting the mat. Either way, send that breath right between your shoulder blades. This restorative practice is an excellent space to work on sending your breath to the sensations. Sending your breath to the center of your shoulder blades will offer release, will offer restoration, and will help you deepen into this pose. So take a big inhale here, fill all the way up, exhale, sit bones to heels, deepening into the stretch. And this is a really good stretch for your low back. So noticing where you're feeling the stretch in your body. Noticing if anything's coming up for you, like an intense sensation that you can breathe right into. One more big breath in. Exhale. Take your right arm and thread it under your left arm. So at this point, both arms reaching forward, and then the right arm will thread underneath the left. Right ear meets the mat, and stretching through the right side body. So it's a nice twist for the body, and a stretch through that right shoulder. Deep inhales and exhales here. Your next breath will bring you forward. Hands reaching, big breath in. Big breath out. Left arm threads underneath the right. Really leaning into that left shoulder. Really focusing on the hips dropping down. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Taking what your body needs right here and now. Taking the time to release those old emotions. Slowly coming back to center, child's pose. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then slowly come up into a tabletop position. Taking some time to get yourself set up right here. So coming into a neutral pelvis, pressing right behind your thumbs, your first fingers. Again, notice the shoulder blades. Draw them down and back your spine. Look over your right shoulder towards your right toes. So you're contracting through the right side body and then stretching through the left. Slowly come back to center and then look over your left shoulder. So contract your obliques here, stretching through the right side, and then slowly coming back. So from here, we're going to take some cat-cows. So draw in through the cord, drop the crown of your head forward, deep stretch into cat, and then exhale, press that away, sit bones come up high, open chest, open shoulders, look up cow, and then move just like that into cat, stretching through, rounding your spine, and cow. And so when you come into your cat pose, really draw your core into center, tight, rounded spine, and then exhale, press that away, feeling the stretch through the abs, contracting the backside body. So just really connecting your movement with your breath here. And one of the things I really enjoyed doing this week too is finding some movement in my hips. So making a circular motion with my hips. And then you can actually make a circular motion over your wrists if that feels good. So take some time in the tabletop and the cat-cows to do what works for you in your body. Take another 3 big breaths. 1, 2, draw in, and 3. So keeping your hands pressed into the mat, extend your right foot back. So here, you want that right pinky toe dialed down and plug your femur right into your hip. So actually feeling that. So you're actually pressing away, but also plugging into your hip here. And feel that dynamic tension in your leg. So just taking some time to notice here. And noticing when you're doing that, what beautiful hard work that is. And then from that space, start to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee comes down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Press your left foot to the back wall. And get set up right here. So you're pressing through your hands. Dial that left pinky toe down. Plug your left leg right into your hip. So femur bone into your hip. And then feel all of the muscles in your back leg light right up. And here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now we're going to roll forward. So it's like taking some cat-cows back and forth. So rounding the spine, rolling forward, and then taking cow on the way back. So rounding your spine, roll forward, and taking cow. One more just like that, roll forward. Then let your legs go long and come into a crocodile pose. So forehead meets your forearms, laying down on your mat, and just feeling that vibration. So feeling your heartbeat into the mat. Feeling your breath right here. And then from here, bring your hands to your rib cage. Chin forward. And we will do some baby cobra crunches. So what we're going to do here is on an inhale, we lift up to baby cobra, and exhale, come down. We're working on strengthening our backside body, so use that movement on an inhale, baby cobra, exhale down. Inhale, baby cobra, exhale down. Inhale, baby cobra, exhale down, and we'll continue that for 10, 9, 8, smooth, graceful movements, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now coming into your baby cobra, lift up your right leg. So you're feeling the stretch. You're pressing down through the top of your left foot. Chest is lifted and holding here. And this is for your backside body, but also the vagus nerve that runs all the way back, up and down your body. So from here, we're going to start pulsing up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your forehead to the mat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Pressing up to your baby cobra. Lifting the left leg. Top of the right foot is pressing into your mat. Pulsing here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then we'll take our shoulder stretch right here, early on in the practice. Chin forward, arms out to a T. And then from here, we're gonna roll up onto our right shoulder. So your left hip stacks on top of your right hip. Right shoulder is pressing into the mat. Left hand is pressing into the mat, palm face down. Woo. I'm getting quite a sensation here. And if that comes up for you, just breathe right on through it. Make those minor adjustments. If you want to deepen into the stretch, you can actually drop your left leg out behind you. Just breathing through that sensation has really released whatever it was that was just in my right shoulder. So I encourage you to find that. You can creep the fingertips up and down. So you're just kind of like creeping up towards the front wall maybe, until you find that space, that sensation, and you can breathe right into it. You can creep your fingertips down, maybe it's there. Slowly roll back to center. Arms to a T, chin forward, and switching sides. So right hip stacks on top of your left hip. Left palm is pressing down. Left shoulder is opening up wide. And then maybe you drop that right leg out behind you. Feeling the stretch. Breathing through the sensation. In addition to my shoulders, it's feeling really good in my pelvis as well. Dropping that right leg out behind me. And then slowly come back to center. Hands pressed to each side of your rib cage, and then come up onto your knees. And we'll take a broken toe pose here. So you can pull out all of your toes. So you make sure they're pressing into the mat. And ideally, you want to be sitting back on your heels. But if that sensation's a little too intense, maybe sit forward. And then maybe slowly come back onto your heels. But you want to stay in this pose and don't come out of it while the sensations are coming up. And that is challenging. I know for myself, it's even very challenging. So close up through your eyes. Rest the tops of your hands on your thighs. Maybe take Jin Mudra for some additional connection there, pressing your thumb and your first finger together. And allow these sensations to come up. And notice if the sensations are attached to emotion. Notice if the sensations get your mind racing. When are we going to come out? What's happening? Are my feet going to break off? All those things. Allow them to come up. Acknowledge them. And release them. The reality is, none of those things are going to happen. None of those things are real. They are just sensations that are coming up like waves. You'll start to feel them through your feet, through your shins, and you'll take a deep breath in, And release. Deep breath in. Release. And continue to hold. You've got this. Know that you're doing something very good for your feet here. Know that these sensations are coming up because your body needs to move in this way. Know that you've got this. Know that this is temporary. Continuing to hold. Deep inhales and exhales. And release. Sit forward and then bang the tops of your feet right into your mat. Knocking all that sensation right out of there. From here, pressing into your hands, curl your toes under, hips lift up, downward facing dog. So some deep breaths in and out here. Maybe you pedal out through your feet. Stretching through the hamstrings. That's been a big one for me this week. Pressing your hands into the mat. Really focusing right behind your thumb and your first finger. And imagine if somebody was there and trying to lift up a finger that they couldn't. That's how hard you're pressing down into the mat. From that energy, your shoulders are coming away from your ears, down and back your spine. Your chest is moving in towards your upper thighs. Thighs are spiraling in towards each other. On an inhale, lift up to your toes. Exhale, drive your heels down to the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. One more just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. On your next inhale, let your right leg come up towards the ceiling. Really square your hip towards the mat. And just hold here in this three-legged dog. Press down through the left heel. Lift up the right leg even higher. Holding here. And then taking the time to bend, stack, open up at the hip. Really feeling the stretch. Open hip. Chest is square to the mat. Lifting that right knee even higher. On your next breath, straightening out through the right leg. Exhale, draw your knee in towards your nose. Keep it slow. Keep it controlled. Try to make that connection. And then lightly step it forward. Low crescent lunge. So you can stay in this position, knee lifted, or you can bring the left knee down. Crown of your head comes forward. Deep breaths in and out right here. So just like in our child's pose, you can send your breath right in between your shoulder blades. Keep dropping the crown of your head forward. Dial your left hip forward and your right hip back. So your thighs are scissoring in towards each other. Rounded spine, releasing through the crown of the head. From here, plant your left hand down, reach up with the right. So reaching up, looking up at the right hand, going for the twist. And then exhale the right hand down. Step it back, three-legged dog. Right leg is lifted, hips are square, and then exhale, right foot down. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more just like that, deep breath in, exhale. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Keep your hips square. Holding here, drive down through the right heel. Lift that left leg higher. So hips are square, chest is square. And then from that space, bend, stack, open up at the hip. So stacking the left hip right on top. Notice if your chest has come away from the mat and move that down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, straightening through the left leg. Exhale, drawing your knee into your nose, right towards your face, and then lightly step it forward. So again, you can drop down on the right knee if that feels good, or keep it lifted, and then crown of your head forward. You can shake your head yes or no here. You can turn your fingertips to the back of the mat. So left hip back, right hip forward. And then just breathing in right into that space between your shoulder blades. Plant your right hand down. Left hand reaches all the way up for the twist. Lifting a little bit at the hips. Again, left hip back, right hip forward, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Plant your hands and then left foot to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Hold, hips square, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So from here, walk your hands back to meet your feet and take a ragdoll pose. So bend your knees very deeply here. And from there, grab opposite elbows, pressing through the feet. Make sure your feet are about hip width distance. And then lift up at the hips. Slowly shaking back and forth. You could shake your head yes or no. And notice you want the weight of your body right in the balls of your feet. So you can almost lift up your heels a little bit. You could bind your arms behind you to deepen into the twist. Involving the shoulders as well. So again, taking what you need here, feeling that ragdoll pose, feeling the stretch of the hamstrings. It has been so good for me this week. And release. Walk your hands back to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So what I'd like to do, while we get settled into our downward facing dog, I'll let you know that we'll do a sun salutation A, a sun salutation B, and then we'll get back to some groundwork. Stretching out through our legs, maybe doing some back bends. So look forward, step, walk, or hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to move through that a couple of times and do it with grace. So thinking about that spine rounding. So round your spine and then come up to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale is halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, extended mountain pose. Finding your power in this pose. Pressing down right behind your big toe mound. Spiraling thighs in towards each other. Think rib to hip. And then from there, shoulders away from your ears. Pinkies facing in towards each other. Exhale your hands to heart center. Feel your heartbeat. And then from here, drop your right arm down and then overhead for the stretch. So contracting through the left side body, stretching through the right, and then back to heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale your left hand down. And then reach overhead for the stretch on the left side body. And then back to heart center. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale is halfway lift. Plant your hands, step it back. High plank and hold. So feeling your whole core lit up right here. Pressing down through your hands. Chest open, heart open. Feeling your entire body engaged. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog and hold. So pressing through the tops of your feet. Hips are coming to your wrists. Pressing through your hands. Open chest, open heart. Look up higher. Exhale, hips lift. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look forward. Step, walk, or hop to your hands. Inhale is halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hips low, heart high, chair pose. So sitting low here. Reaching up, looking up. Bring your hands to your heart center. Left elbow, right knee for the twist. So twisting out, wringing out, hips lower. Make sure that left knee is dialed back. You could open up your arms floor to ceiling here for 3, 2, 1. Coming back to chair pose, sit low, heart high, hands at heart center, right elbow, left knee for the twist. So feeling it right here, dial that right knee back. Hips are low, hands are opening floor to ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Back to chair pose and hold. You've got this for 3, 2, exhale, fold forward. Inhale is halfway lift. Plant your hands, step it back. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. From here, grab onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Come into your halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, pull yourself down into a forward fold. So you want to be looking up at your belly button, pulling up on your big toes while they are pressing down into your mat. So really feeling the stretch, really feeling the release through the hamstrings. And and release. Walk your hands out to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale your right leg up to the ceiling. Square hips. So taking some time to notice your hips here. Exhale, knee to nose. Draw in. And lightly step that forward. So you're in that low crescent lunge. And from there, spiraling your left heel down. Reach and rise, warrior one. And again, square hips. So you can actually put your hands on your hips and notice that. So come deep into your front knee. Left hip forward, right hip back. Reaching overhead, warrior one. Holding here. So practicing grace here. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale, right arm comes down very slow, very graceful. And then inhale, reach. Exhale your left arm down, slow, graceful. Inhale, reach. Inhale. And on your next exhale, open up into warrior two. So making some minor adjustments with your feet. Bringing your front heel in line with your back inner arch. Arms reaching front of room to back of room. Shoulders up, down, and back. Drawing together towards your spine. Lighting up that back leg so you can come deeper into your front knee and holding. Flip and reverse your palm, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, cartwheels you all the way down to your mat. High plank, low plank. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more just like that. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On your next inhale, left leg lifts up towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale your knee into your nose, make that connection. Lightly step it forward. Get that stability, dial your right heel down. Seal the outer edge of your foot to the mat. Reach and rise, warrior one. So again, taking some time, you can take your hands onto your hips. Dialing the left hip back, right hip forward, and then coming deeper into your front knee. Reaching overhead. Inhale. Exhale your left arm down with grace. Inhale, reach. Exhale your right arm down. Inhale, reach. Deepen that front knee. Inhale. Exhale, opening up, warrior two. Firing up that back leg, coming deep into the front knee. Looking over that left middle finger. Anchoring your gaze. Shoulders up, back, and down. Drawing in towards your spine here. Feeling the full expression of the pose. Flip and reverse, coming into a peaceful warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel all the way down, hands to the mat, high plank, low plank. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Coming up onto your toes. Pressing through your hands. And tiptoe all the way up to your wrist. Keep it slow. Stacking your shoulders right over your wrists. And then when you get there, have a seat on your mat. And come into butterfly pose. Soles of your feet together. Knees out wide. One hand to your heart, one hand to your stomach. Feel your heartbeat. I can even feel my heartbeat in my stomach right now. So just taking time to notice that vibration within you. Taking time to notice how it aligns with your breath. So as your body calms down and you lengthen your breath, your heartbeat will slow. Take some time to seal your low back into the mat. Just noticing what that feels like if you get some additional stretch there. And then from there, plant your feet onto the mat. And we'll take some bridge poses. So feel free to take your restorative bridge pose if you want to just put a block underneath your hips at any height. Or you could, pressing down through your hands, pressing down through your feet, lift up at your hips, and then walk your shoulder blades underneath you. Feeling the stretch here. Feeling the opening. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Arms open up, hips come down. Maybe move a little bit side to side. So now we'll take 2 more bridge poses. You can feel free to do it the restorative bridge pose or what we just did. But you could also cross your right ankle over your left knee. And then from there, pressing through the left foot, pressing through the hands and shoulders, hips lift up. So it's a little bit more of a hip stretch as well. Holding here, 5, hips lift, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Come down, deep breath in, deep breath out, and switch sides. So left ankle over the right knee, pressing through the right foot, hips lift up, shoulders walk underneath you, pressing down with your shoulders, pressing down with your feet, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come out. Take a happy baby pose, so bend your knees deeply, grabbing the tops of your feet. So hips are wide open here, knees are bent, rocking side to side, massaging your low back. Feeling some release right here. And then grab that strap and press your foot into the strap. And grab it with one hand. So right around the ball of your foot. Foot pressing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to take our leg all the way out to the side. So we're pulling back and really opening up and feeling the stretch here. So we're going to drop it out to the right side first. Right foot dropped out to the right side. Holding, breathing. Feeling the stretch. And then slowly bring it back up. Switching to the left hand and then dropping it out to the opposite side for the twist. Reaching, looking out. Twisting out, wringing out, letting go of anything extra here. And then slowly coming back to center. Release the right foot. Put your left foot into the strap. And first, drop it out to the left side. So opening up wide, reaching and looking in the opposite direction. Slowly coming back to center. And then again, switching sides. So this time, your left hip is stacking on top of your right. Really pull back on the strap so you can feel that stretch through the hamstring, and then reaching and looking to the left. And then from there, slowly coming back to center and release. And you can sit up, so coming back onto our sit bones, taking the strap, taking it across both of your feet, and then just feeling a hamstring stretch there. You can start to walk your hands closer. Maybe chest is coming forward. Just really gently stretching into that space. And from there, release. You can put your strap to the side. Bring your right foot, press it into your left thigh, and then for the twist, reach your right hand and grab the outside of your right foot or your leg. So just notice, like, wherever you feel the stretch intensify, that's where you want to grab. So if it's all the way out to your foot, great. If it's on your leg, that's fine too. And then left hand comes behind you. So we're doing a twist. We're feeling that stretch through the hamstring. From there, releasing our right hand back to our right hip. We're going to balance on the right knee, lifting our hips up, reaching up overhead with the left hand, feeling the stretch. And then exhale, release back down. Switching sides. Right leg out long, left foot is pressing into the right, and then we're going to take our left hand this time, grab the outside of our right foot or leg, and twist and stretch on this side. Breathing right into that stretch. And then from there, releasing, left hand to the left hip, right hand reaches overhead, hips lift up, hips are pressing forward, reach up, look back, and then exhale, release. Both legs out long. Put your hands like you're putting them into your back pockets, come back onto your elbows and take fish pose. So releasing the crown of your head back. And from there, release. And take a final inversion. So take what works for you. A really good restorative option would just be hips on a block or a pillow. So you can put your hips up higher than your heart, feet up to the ceiling, and then hands release to each side. You could take a shoulder stand, a handstand, a headstand, whatever your body needs here and now. Forearm balance. The idea is to just get your hips higher than your heart. And then feel that release and drain all the way down through your body. Taking some time to acknowledge yourself right here for the work that you've done, for everything that you've taken time to release in this practice, in this hour. Feeling it drain from your feet, through your legs, hips, all the way to your heart. And slowly releasing out of that posture. Coming into a final resting pose. So you could, I like to draw my knees in towards each other, feet to each side of the mat, so my low back is sealed into the mat. One hand on my heart, one hand on my stomach. You could also palms face up, legs out long, toes dropping to each side of the mat. Take what you need here in this final resting pose. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Soften through the jaw. Soften around the eyes. Allow gravity to take over. Melt your shoulders into the mat. Release your breath. So let it be slow and even. Hips are grounded, melting into the mat, all the way through your legs and feet. Let yourself feel the feeling. Let yourself release the energy. Do what your heart leads you to do to release that bubble of emotion from your soul. Take as much time as you need. When it's gone, you'll find a surprise. You've advanced on your path and learned something new. A new cycle has begun. An issue arose that provided an opportunity for healing and growth. And that healing and growth turned into a pleasant and welcome surprise. Yes, sometimes experiences lead us out of the present moment. But if we stay present for ourselves, we'll always come back, changed, lighter, healed, and more ready to love. So from that space, start to bring some movement back to your fingers and toes. Slowly drawing your knees in towards your chest and giving yourself a big squeeze, an acknowledgement, and loving yourself right here. Then slowly roll to your right side, a very soft, very sweet space for your heart. From there, slowly roll up into your seated position. Legs crossed, eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Being present right here, right now. Slowly bring your hands to the center of your forehead. The light and the presence and the growth in me sees that same light and presence and growth in each and every one of you. Lightly bow your head, and together we say, Namaste. Great work, guys. Thanks for coming.